Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, this is Keneshume Obajo, the bag making tutor. And on today's video, I will show you how to make this wonderful bag with this beautiful sticker. You can call it cartoon for kids. So they usually like this thing so much on their school bag. These are the easy way of sewing the school bag. So now I'll use that and show you how I'll cut out this side, then other side of the bag. I will show you. Let's just go straight to the point. So now this is the one that I'll be using today. This is this one, a beautiful baby. So I'll be using it today. So what I will do now is to add gum on this. I will place it on the leather that I want to use. So I will cut it, then I'll give it a curve here. That's all for this. So I don't need to be cutting or anything. Just use the measurement on this one, and you cut the measurement for this. Therefore, with that, you get all this one. So now let me go ahead and do that. This is the leather that I'll be using. This is the brown leather that I'll be using to sew the bag. But avoid wasting the brown leather. I'll use any leather of my shorts to cover this one up, because when I cover it up, you will not know this leather is not as strong as that one, so I don't want to waste it. So that's why I just want to use this one as subordinate on this sticker. So what I need to do is either I add gum, I will place it on top of this, then I will cut it out. After cutting it out, now I'll use my machine and sew it together. So let me go ahead and cut it out. No need of measurement, just use the measurement of the sticker to cut your own. So let me go ahead and cut it here now. I'll place it on top of the leather this way. I'll hold it with my hand to avoid not cutting it very well. Then I will now go ahead and cut it out. And you see what I'm doing here. So after cutting it, this is how it will be. Then now I'll keep it on top of the leather. I told you the leather I'll be using will be brown, but for this now I will just use this black leather to sew this one together. So now let me go ahead and sew it together on my machine now before I'll come back and show you how to cut other ones. Let me go ahead now. While sewing it, make sure it lines with the leather. To avoid not sewing some parts very well, just make sure it lines with the leather very well. So after sewing it, I'll cut out this side. So let me go ahead and cut it out now. So now after cutting it, now the next thing I will do is to give it a curve. I will curve it this way. Sorry, this is slippery, so I'll use my machine to curve it. Just give it any curve of your choice. You might use 1 by 1 or 1 by 2 to curve it, or you can even use your machine and curve it any way you like. But the only thing be say, after covering this side, you use it to place on the other side to cut it out. So I'll cut it this way now, then I'll turn it this way. I'll just place it this way here to cut the side straight, or at the same curve this way, so it will be here. Then I'll use my pen and draw the curve also. So now I'll cut this side out also now. So after that, I'll go ahead and sew it again. So after reduce this way, I'll place it this way also, to make sure that all of them are equal. So now this is how it will be after sewing this side. So the next thing I will do now is to use my this one now to cut the upper side of it this way. So let me go ahead and cut it with the brown leather that I want to use for this bag. I'll cutting it out with this brown leather. So this one that I want to cut now, I'll cut this one at the same time. I'll cut this side, I'll cut this side also, these two, then remaining one will be here. But if I want to cut this one, I will cut it. But let me first of all cut this and this at the same time. Then after sewing it, this 1 2 3, then I'll go ahead and sew here. So what I will do now is to place it this way. I've given a space of like 2 inch. Then this side will be like 4 inch here. Then I'll go ahead and place it this way. Then I'll cut it. I'll use my pen and draw a curve with this pattern that I have sewed already. I'll curve it this way. So now after curving it this way, I will stop somewhere here. When you see this, it's like 4 inch from here or 3 inch. So let me measure it now. So this is 3 inch. So this is the remaining side, this side now. So what I will do is to keep this one aside. Then I will use my ruler and measure out 1 inch. I will also measure 1 inch here. Just watch me as I'm drawing this one here, so it will not confuse you. I will draw it 1 1 this side. Coming here, I will be drawing 1.1 and half inch, or I usually call it 1.5 inch. Here I'll be drawing 2 inch here, and I also draw 2 inch here. The same thing applies to this side. So coming here again, I'll measuring half inch. Then I'll stop here. Now I'll join it together this way. I'll join it together this way. Can you see what I'm doing? Then I'll stop here. I'll also join this one here. And you see? And you see I'm joining all of them. So after everything, I'll go ahead and cut all of them together this way. Then I'll use this. I'll turn it this way, and I'll also turn this one this way. I'll hold it this way now. Then I'll use it to curve here. Then after that, I'll draw this one also. So after doing this, I'll go ahead and cut it out. So after cutting it, this is how it will be. So it will be this way now. This is how it will be here after sewing it now. So the next thing I will do now is to add cord here. After adding the cord here, I'll add zip. I'll hold it together at the middle. After holding it together at the middle, then I'll add zip here and I'll add zip on the other one. I will first of all sew this one with this. So let me go ahead first and add cord on this one now. So I will not start at the beginning. I will give 1 inch. I'll give 1 inch. So let me measure out the 1 inch now. I'll give 1 inch here. I'll also come here and I'll give 1 inch also here. Then I'll sew from that 1 inch, giving some extra cord out before sewing it together there. So now I'll go ahead and sew it. This is how it will be. Can you see? So it will be this way. Then the next thing I will do now is to keep it aside. Then I'll add zip on the other ones. So for these two now, I'll first of all get the middle of this. I get the middle of this way. So this is the middle. Let me go ahead and sew it first. So after sewing it this way, after sewing these two this way now, I'll also turn it this way. I'll hold it this way, then I'll sew it again. Then I'll sew this one also. So after sewing it, this is how it will be. Then I'll go ahead and add my zip on this one. I'll add my zip here now. So let me go ahead and add zip on the two. I'll first of all add on this one, then after that I'll add on the other one also. So I'll also sew this one here. So after sewing it, this is how it will be. And this one will be this way. So I'll keep this one aside first. Then I'll measure this one to know the one that will be down here. So let me go ahead and measure here now. So the measurement for this is 1.5 inch. So I'll go ahead and cut out 1.5 inch. So it will be 2 pieces. So I'll also add my zip head. Please remember to add your zip head. Oh. So after this, the next thing I will do is add my bias. I'll use bias to cover here. So I'll go ahead and add this one this side also. So after sewing it, it will be this way. So I'll get the middle of this zip here also, the middle of this here. Then after that, I'll go ahead and get the middle of this one. So this is the middle here. So after getting the middle now, I'll hold two of them together this way. Then I'll go ahead and sew it. Can you see how I shifted the cord inside here? Then I'll sew it this side without cord. So let me go ahead and sew this side also now. So after sewing it this way, it will be this way now. So this is how it will be. Then I'll cut this side out. I'll also cut this side out also. So this is how it will be after sewing it. The next thing I will do is to use my lining and cover it up. So this is the lining that I'll be using. So I'll go ahead and place it on top of the lining this way. I'll place it on top of the lining. Then I'll go ahead and sew it. So after adding this and the lining this way, the next thing I will do is to measure here. From here, I'll measure it this way to here, which is 10.5 inch. So for the leather, I will be measuring 10.5 inch by 3 inch. So it will be here. Then I'll also cut out the lining that I'll be using for this. So this is the lining that I'll be using with this leather. So what I will do now is to put the lining this way. Then I'll put this one on top of the lining this way. And this is what I'm doing. So then I'll go ahead and add this one on top of this one this way now. So let me go ahead and sew all of them together. So after sewing it, I'll also go ahead and fold this one. I'll fold this one this way. Then I'll sew it again. So I'll go ahead and fold it this way. Then I'll sew it again. Then after that, I will turn the lining this way. Then I'll sew it together. So after adding it, it will be this way. I see how it looks like. So it will be this way now. So the next thing I will do is to curve here. I'll just curve one inch. This side will be 1 inch, this side will be 1 inch. I'll curve it, and this side will also be 1 inch. So let me go ahead and curve it now. So this one will be this way. Then I'll turn it over to this side. I'll turn it this side, folding it small this way. Then I'll use my pen and draw here. Then after that, I'll go ahead and cut here. So after that, it will be this way now. So the next thing I will do now is to add it a cord. I'll add cord here. So after adding the cord here, then I'll go ahead and add this one on top of it this way. Can you see how it will be? So let me go ahead first of all and add the cord on this one. So I'm adding the cord now. So after sewing this, it will be this way. Can you see? So this is how it will be. Though the next thing I will do now is to add the other side of the bag. I'll add this one. That's the second stage of this. I'll add this. So let me go ahead and add it now. But before then, I will cut out the downside of the bag. But now this one will be this way. Then I'll cut here. So let me go ahead first of all and measure out this round body to know the measurement of this one now. So the measurement is a 17 inch, but I'll be cutting out 18 inch. So let me go ahead and cut out the 18 inch by 1.5 inch. As I did on this one, it will be 18 inch by 1.5 inch. So this is 1.5 inch by 19 inch. Sorry, 1.5 inch by 18 inch. So I'll go ahead and add it on this side. I'll add it here. Then after sewing it this way, I'll also go ahead and fold it this way, and I'll sew it again. So this is how it will be. Then I'll get the middle of the zip here from upper side of it. That's this place I join together. I'll get the middle from the zip also. Then I'll go ahead and fold it at the middle of this one here. I'll hold it this way, then I'll go ahead and sew it together now. So coming at this point, I'll hold these two together. I'll hold these two together this way. I'll hold it together this way. I'll check. So I'll still bring it up. Then I'll go ahead and sew it. It's not the same thing with this one. So this is the back. So now the next thing I will do is to use my lining and cover it here. So let me go ahead and cut out the lining that I'll be using. So guys, after sewing this one, I have added the lining here. Then the next thing I will do now is to add the cord around this side, this way that this one is. I'll add the cord. So let me go ahead and add the cord on this one now. So after adding the cord, this is how it looks like. Is it not fine? It is the same thing with this. So the next thing I will do is to place this one on top of a leather. Then I'll cut the back side of this. That's this side now. So I'll place it there, then I'll cut it.